Look how far we've come, all the things we've done. Did it all with love, beauty from the bottom up. All I want is you, you're my favorite view. But there's nothing new, girl, you made my heart beat.
This one's called Need Some Insight.
Hello. I don't care about being on the podcast at all. I am just searching for advice on how to move past this and heal internally.
Joke's on you. You're on the podcast.
Welcome.
Because we don't just respond to emails.
Hello. Let me first say I am not judgmental. I love corn and will watch it anytime with my husband. Encourage him doing that solo anytime he wants to, and I'm freaking like role play, etc. I am down to try anything. All I ask for is honesty in all aspects.
Okay, so this already is touching on the last email.
Right.
Just want the truth.
Yeah.
Be transparent with me so that I know what's what.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. That being out of the way, I recently found out that my husband messaged some girl, looked like a cam model, maybe not even a real person, but he is gullible, on Instagram in 2022, saying, "Hey, sexy, how are you?" I had recently left my 7-year relationship with my ex, and we were still co-parenting our dog at the time. So I'd go over there in that transition period to see the dog and walk him, etc. My husband said he was insecure at the time, and that's why he did it.
Okay, wait. This timeline matters to me. Is this one of those things that this happened in 20 and like were they not together when this happened?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, it's not clear. Had recently left.
Right.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. I guess maybe we should just wait and see. 'Cause this timeline doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. My husband said he was insecure at the time, and that's why he did it. As somebody who used to be mad and insecure, I was fishing for compliments all the time. Not in that way, but I was 100%. Why were you doing that? Because I want somebody to tell me that I'm pretty. Why do you think I'm doing this?
Right. Well, if they were not together,
right?
The fuck does it matter? Why are you mad about some shit he did when he was single, when you left him?
I don't know. I was going somewhere with that.
Sorry. I'll try to.
It's okay. What was I saying?
That you used to fish for compliments. Why do you think I did that? Because I want somebody to tell me I'm pretty. That was what you said.
Continuing on.
Sure.
I can understand that, but I had an instinct back then about it. Asked him a million times if he had ever messaged anyone, and he was able to look deep into my eyes and lie. So finding out 2 years later, I am wondering why it would be any different now. I am so confused.
So am I.
When did he lie? And finding out 2 years later, so you found out about this thing that happened in 2022 recently.
That's what it sounds like. She also asked him a million times if he had ever messaged anyone.
Okay, so he lied when she asked him in the moment back then, and she just found out recently that he lied in the moment because, okay.
Right. But she asked him a million times if he had ever messaged anyone. So we know that she's somebody who's obsessive.
Yeah.
Right? To ask a million times, like, you're really looking for...
your answer.
Right.
Not a answer, you want your answer.
Right. So, of course, you put in a position like that, somebody who has a people please or we weren't together, it's not going to matter. Right.
Segregating or whatever.
Right. There's going to be... I would see in a situation like that where people are more apt to lie than they would if they knew they could be transparent and honest with somebody. Mm-hmm. Because if somebody was like... If you lie, you're getting in trouble. If you tell me the truth, you're not getting in trouble, right? And then they tell the truth and you fucking blow up and you huff and puff and you throw things and you get emotional and you make a big fucking deal out of it. Well, now they know that they can't be honest because you told them that if you told them the truth or if they told you the truth, you weren't going to get mad or you weren't going to punish them. You punish them with your behavior, whether or not it's physical punishment or not, so much to the point where they feel like they need to lie. Now, that could be something that was trained from somebody else that is carried over into this new situationship. Because I don't understand how that's...
I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
Either. Yeah. Okay.
Moving on.
I lied. I'm not going to continue on because I just had a thought. I'm not judging this person for having the kind of relationship that they have because she said she's open to all of these sexual things happening without her being present. I don't understand, because that's just one step away from me. For them to message somebody with all of the other sexual things happening behind my back, that's just one step away. That's not even a blurred line there. That's the next cobblestone. That also shows somebody who has no discipline or no limits within themselves when it comes to things sexually like that. I don't know why anyone would expect there to be limits or morals or upholding respectful boundaries about things, because that whole sexual mindset is just self-gratification, watching all of the porn and doing all of the nasty things and all yada yada yada. I don't know. I'm just baffled as why there's surprise when something that hurts your feelings does happen, because all of that other stuff happened as well.
Right.
I don't know.
So let me ask you this then, because she said that she thinks that that person that he was talking to might have even been a bot. So if the person's not real, let's say he's using an AI thing to get his rocks off.
Yeah.
And it's got a picture of a real person. The people that he's watching to get his needs met
Right.
are real people.
Right.
The only difference is he's watching him and interacting with himself versus chatting with something that may not be real and interacting with himself.
Right.
Does that matter? Is there a line for people who are like, it's okay for you to watch and touch yourself, but not talk to and touch yourself?
All of that's cheating.
But you think it's not real.
Right. No,
He
all
might
of
be.
that's cheating.
I know,
to me.
but she thinks he might have been talking to a bot. How is there a
Right.
difference between that
and watching
and
porn.
watching it?
Right.
I don't-
And that's my point. Like, all of it just bleeds together to me. There's it. Either all of it's okay or none of it's okay.
I wonder how people. I guess this is not really that was probably not the right way to start this. There's a multitude of people out there who will have the lustful wants and never say anything because they A, don't want to hurt their partner, B, don't know how their partner will react to it, and C, know that there's not going to be a healthy conversation that comes from it. So for people who like the last emailer who has spent all this time not having sex, she's in a sexless marriage with her husband. And maybe she's starting to want to explore other options because the husband's not doing the job. And instead of going to the husband and telling him what's going on, that's where that secretive shit comes in, where the messaging starts. So how do people get back to having an honest conversation without blame, shame, or judgment, and having truthfulness regardless of hurt? Because there's going to be hurt emotions in all of this. How do they get back to that point where they can have honest communication? Because I'm willing to bet in the beginning, before they had 20 years of a life together, they probably had really hard conversations in the beginning that wasn't personal fuck yous to each other. When they were maybe courting or dating, where they were like, well, you know, when I was with my ex, I thought about fucking other people, or maybe I want to do polygamy, or whatever it is that maybe I'm into BDSM. I don't really know. Like those conversations were just free flowing. So how do you get back to that from having the lifelong personal, because everything's fucking personal now?
They just have to stop taking things personally.
How do they do that though? What's the answer to that?
You're not the center of the universe.
Ego death?
Yeah.
Realizing
I guess
that
so.
other people have their own lived experiences and it's not about you, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I do.
It's hard. It's hard to not take things personal. That's my person, right? Like you have a sense of ownership over everybody does. That's why you say my wife or my husband, my kids. There is a sense of ownership there. You belong to each other, right? So like that's normal, which I think is why people take that shit so personal and make it about them and not about the other person and the things that they're going through. Just a thought, I guess, trying to play that back to figure out where the correction would need to happen.
Right.
I think the bigger answer there is when you get into new relationships, don't lose that. Don't get to the point where you're afraid to talk to your person. And if you feel emotionally unsafe and you don't think that you can have the hard conversations with your person, you're at a point of no return.
Yeah, that's not your person anymore.
Right? You're going to be living a life of lies and sneakiness because you got to hide who you are and who you're becoming. And that could actually hinder your growth in a negative way as well, not just in terms of sneakiness. Like if you want to go on a diet and get in shape and fix your mental health by going to therapy and you don't go because you think your partner is going to have a problem with it, that is also problematic. Okay.
I agree. Continuing on, at the same time I found out about that, I found out the reason we went from having sex a lot to once a week, which is fine in itself if it was just his new preference. It's because he's been self-pleasing himself Monday through Friday while I'm at work. We had a baby last December, so I can understand postpartum issues and just wanted to understand why. I never stopped wanting and trying to have sex. We share in responsibility and we communicate a lot. Around the same time, affection got less. It never stopped. He says he has a corn addiction and needs to stop, but that it has nothing to do with me. Again, the issue is the white lie about why he wasn't in the mood.
No, that's not. That might be a issue and an issue, but that's not the issue. Because a moment ago, the issue was that he was talking to somebody that could have potentially been a bot when you guys weren't together.
And he lied, yeah.
And he lied. So now there's another lie. So the issue is that you don't trust him.
Right.
And he's a liar.
Yeah.
And you view it that way. So it doesn't matter. You said you've got great communication. We communicate a lot. We share responsibility and we communicate a lot. Not truthfully.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Why is that?
Yeah.
What changed? Something, the way that we communicate, if I didn't like something or I needed anything and I no longer felt I could tell you, something changed in our relationship to get to that point. Because we are open doors. Like there's nastiness. And there's no shame there. So like, what changed? What went from being able to have that to not being able to have that?
Right.
Is it the trust? Is it something that you're doing? Is it something that he's doing? That's the issue. That would be the issue.
Yeah.
All of this other shit is symptoms because of the issue.
Right.
Okay.
I want to pause on her saying that it's a white lie about why he wasn't in the mood. Our sex life changing and going from multiple times a week to once a week, and there was no explanation given. It just happened less and less and less. And then I find out that it's because you're self-pleasuring, I'd lose my mind. That's not a little white lie.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
That's a massive deal. Our relationship has changed and you didn't tell me about it. You're now lying by omission to me. Like this is not okay. I would not consider that a white lie. A white lie is you didn't brush your teeth this morning and you told me you did.
Yeah. I don't think there's a such thing as a white lie. I think a lie is a lie.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be clear. That's not a gray area. You either told the truth or you didn't. And lying by omission and leaving shit out is still lying.
Yeah.
I also, because of the whole sex once a week thing versus daily, people need to realize that life is going to happen, especially when you have kids. So like, was this the one that was said that they were going to have more kids, or was that the last email? Starting to bleed together. It was the last email.
I don't remember.
But in like the last email where they have a kid and want to have more kids, having kids takes up free time where you could be going on dates. It could be taking up times where you could slow
Figuring out
dance in
your
the kitchen,
relationship.
right? Or having check-ins, or going to therapy, or whatever. You have to prioritize the things that are a necessity in life, and things get put on the back burner sometime. And if for one or both people in the relationship, sex is one of those really important things, then you need to find a babysitter and have sexy time while the kids are at the babysitter so that you can keep that sex life alive. It comes down to navigating your time management to prioritize it. And saying we're going to schedule sexy time Wednesday at 8 p.m. takes all of that completely out of it. Like there's nothing intimate, or you have a tea time at that point. Like it's not booty pictures throughout the week and anticipation buildup and the fun of all of it.
Right.
So I think that that's something to consider when you guys are having conversations about the time frames going from 5 days a week to 1 day a week. I want to know why it changed, because he went from having sex with you 5 days a week to watching porn.
Right.
So what was it? Because that's a symptom, not the cause.
Yeah. Continuing on, at the same time, I found 3 $200 money withdrawals from a credit card he's had since before we met, and that I don't use. Does that mean to say he said?
It should have said he said he helped.
Okay. He said he helped out a guy at work and was afraid that I'd be mad, which makes no sense because I'm super understanding. If someone is in a rough spot, I'd not be against helping. He says these things are all unrelated, and deep down, I believe they are. I just need some perspective and reassurance. I've taken inventory. You going to say something?
I am. That he told you exactly the truth there. If he actually did just help somebody out at work and gave them $200, something in there makes him believe that you would be mad if you found out.
3 $200 withdrawals, so it's $600.
Right. Okay. Either way, even if it was just $200, $600, $5, it doesn't matter. Him not telling you is because he believes there's something in there that's going to make you react poorly to him telling you. Mm-hmm. If I was like, babe, I gave a bum $100 today, and you were like, I can't fucking believe you did that. The next time I gave somebody money, I'm not saying shit because I don't want to hear that. Mm-hmm. But if I came home and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know I gave somebody $5 today. He was homeless. He had a dog. Felt bad for the dog. And you high-five me, I'm going to give him $10 the next time and come home and tell on myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting a dopamine hit. Right. I'm getting positive reinforcement from the person I love. And I know that I can tell you anything. Something there. There's something in there, whether he's doing foul shit or she's overreacted to things. Mm-hmm. There's a truth that needs to be had in that moment.
Right.
Okay.
Continuing on, I've taken inventory and started working on an